All right. Hey, it's Alisha Rayne on the workshop live. Today is episode 157, and I've got two fantastic comedians. They're going to be doing some topics. If you guys just want to do like a quick little intro, what's his face? Mr. Singh, tell me about you. Tell me about the debate. What's going on?
I don't know. I'm watching the debate, and I think Trump is going to win again.
Okay.
He's got the zingers. He's got everything, you know, the charm, and I think he's going to win. And I'm scared for my life.
I think we're all a bit in the same boat. I also feel like that's a bit of a hot take. I'm hoping you're not right, but yeah.
Yeah, I hope I'm not right too.
I hope so. I feel like there's lots of levels, lots of layers to this election. So we will have to hold on to our butts. So yeah. All right. Good times. We're gonna move on to Mark. Mark, how are you? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to promote real quick?
Not in particularly. Just yeah, excited to do a couple sets here, and yeah. Luckily, I'm up in Canada, so I'm just kind of looking in the lens at these debates. Although obviously those things affect us, being your neighbors and all. But are you two from the U.S. as well?
I am. I'm in South Dakota, so okay. I am directly affected by it. I'm in a red state, so my vote doesn't make that much of a difference, but I still fighting the good fight. And then
maybe you should go to another state and vote. Can you do that or no?
Not really, no.
You should go to a,
yeah,
I don't know.
Try to
maybe a medium state, where's the the middle state, and then go and vote there.
Yep. Let's plan it right now. Just go to Wisconsin, fake an ID, fake a registration.
Road trip.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. I like the intro to this workshop already. I think we're having a good time. Yep. So we are going to kind of get started. My topic was customers. So I'm going to go ahead and just do my thing and kind of go from there. I'm going to switch up the thing. So yeah. I had customers, and I've been working in customer service for most of my career, and I can tell that I'm just about ready to be done with it, because every morning I wake up and I think to myself, I want to die. And then I go to work, and by the end of the day, I think to myself, I want to kill. So I think that's a sign that I maybe should choose a different career. Yeah, it's stressful times. Yeah, guys, I myself, I don't like to shop. I'm not the greatest customer. Part of the reason is because every shopping trip ends the same. Just me staring at a dressing room mirror while slow, sad tears fall down my face. Yeah. The only time I want to be crying those type of tears are when I am in the handicap stall of the women's restroom while at work. I want to get paid at least minimum wage for those tears. Yeah. I think it's so funny when you go to like a fancy restaurant, and then like the waiter comes up and gives you like this laundry list for specials, like he's reading off of a piece of paper that's longer than like a CVS receipt, just going through the whole list. And there's at least one item there that has foie gras on it. I don't know what that is. I don't even think the waiter knows. And I'm wondering if it's good. What if it's not good? What if the restaurant just puts it on the menu just to sound fancy? They're, like at the Olive Garden, they're like, you know what? This is just pasta, but now I add sun-dried tomatoes. That's, basic bitch gourmet right there. So, yeah, doing that kind of restaurant thing. Yeah, guys, I've just I've been working at a library, and I check out the books to people, and a lot of libraries have homeless people in it, and so people, they'll work at different places, and they'll kick out, like, somebody who's like causing a ruckus, they'll kick them out, and then they come to the library, and that's where I get to help those people. So it's really neat. Creepers galore. Yeah, guys, that's kind of what I got so far for my customers set.
Woo!
Yeah, it's pretty
Good job.
spectacular. If you guys have any response, I'll take it.
I don't really know. I mean, how long did you, when did you get your topic? Like, how long have you even, been on that? So,
I'm the Saturday host. So 2 days ago, they were like, does somebody want to
okay.
host Thursday? I'm like, cool.
Yeah,
So,
not a lot of time to
I mean,
do 5 minutes set on a random topic.
Yeah, I know.
yeah. So,
I mean, even on a random topic, I think you can't really write anything really funny. You can really write, like you can really create just hacky jokes. In my opinion, you can't really do something original in 2 days or in a week.
Yeah, I thought that opening one you had was good though. As customer service, I go in there and I want to die, and then by the time I'm done, I want to kill. That was a good line. I think after that line, you'll get a laugh, and then maybe you could like sprinkle some like funny examples like right after that, just to kind of set the point. I thought that was a really good line.
okay, maybe go right into my like library. They kick out the library people, and I get them after they get kicked out of other places. All right, that sounds good. Thank you for the suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other suggestions? Any other notes?
No, can't really think of anything.
Yeah, I thought you could do something like with no loitering in the library with the homeless people or something. And then loitering's kind of like littering, but there's just nothing but litter in a library because it's all just essentially paper. I don't know. I didn't have a clear idea, but I thought there's some connections there.
Yeah, I think there definitely was. There is. It's very silent except for the snoring from the homeless people. So,
yeah.
Yep. All right. Very good. Couple of good tags there. Appreciate the feedback. All right. So, Ambria, is that it? Is that how you pronounce? Okay. I was like, I'm not gonna get it right.
But I enjoyed the way. I really enjoyed the way you butchered it.
That I tried super hard. Yep.
It was good. It was okay, I guess. Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
My vision is terrible, guy. I'm so sorry. All right.
Sorry?
So my vision is terrible. I didn't see how it was spelled. So, but Ambreesh.
Yeah,
Cool.
I had the word spill, and I was really grateful because I couldn't find anything to do with that word. Basically, just there's no cliches that I can turn into pals, play on words, or I just couldn't do anything. I just got it yesterday, the word, so I didn't prepare on that. I don't really have any jokes on that, but there's other material I want to work on, if that's cool with you too. Otherwise, I'll wait for my turn, when we do our personal material.
Okay. Yeah, if that's okay, we'll just wait for the next round. There's only 3 of us, so it won't take very long.
No problem. That's cool.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight Mark if you're ready.
All right, my word. Let me pull it up. I'm going to be reading off here because memorizing this shit is not enough time. Again, couple days, but
right.
Yeah, I understand. I get you.
I'll give her the old college try here and try to make it sound as natural as possible. So my word was opposition, which is quite fitting considering the debates going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got Trump, the greatest narcissist of all time, against Biden, who's like everyone's senile grandpa. Just kind of like in and out of reality all the time. It's like, I remember when I delivered milk jugs. It's like, that's great, but we're at Hooters, okay? Like there's only one type of milk jug you should be focusing on. Like they should put a picture of Biden's mind and Trump's empathy on a milk carton, like missing. Cash reward if found. Yeah, I think watching the debate is kind of like watching Batman fight the Joker, but like Batman died and Alfred is the new Batman. Like he has supersonic hearing aids that he can like hear NPR radio. He's got like the Batmobile's got a handicap sticker now. The utility belt's just like the elastic band of an adult diaper. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, opposition. I mean, I battle inner opposition all the time. Like I used to love the taste of orange juice as a kid, but I get like this nasty acid reflux. So you could say it was like my yin and tang. Dad joke. I also love the taste of ice cream as a kid, but it made me an easy target for pedophiles, right? Yeah, they wanted a different kind of tang.
Oh.
I'm opposed to Marks with a C, like the name with a C, like everyone I meet, they ask, is it like Mark with a K or Mark with a C, And like, by the way, like I've never met a Mark with a C and not thought that they were less of a person than me. But like I'm sure most Marks with C's are like okay people, like okay with a K, by the way. But we can like never be friends, like a Mark with a C and a K, like in the same group of friends. It'd be weird, Like if we meet anyone else, they'd be like, "Hey, what's your name?" I'd be like, "Mark." "Hey, what's your name?" "Well, I'm Mark." I'd be like, "That's crazy. You have the same name." And I'd be like, "Well, not really, like he's a piece of shit and I'm amazing. I don't know what to tell you. Where am I going here? Okay. Sorry, enough with the Marks. I'm also opposed. I have opposition to online shopping. Like I hate it because it like nothing ever fits me when I order online. Like I like going to the store and buying things. It fits. You go home, you got it. It fits. Like I go to the store and I had to order like these slippers, and I ordered an 11, matches my shoe size. But then I get it and they're too big, right? So then I got to do the whole return process on Amazon. They send me the shipping label. I send it back. By the time I get it back, it's like another week. I get a pair of 10s and now they're too small, and now I got to go redo this thing again. Now I'm sending them back again. And then I get the notification from them that they don't have half sizes, So now that I just want a refund at this point, and they're like, "Sorry, we can't give you a refund. We lost your package in the mail. You're going to have to call the shipping company and find your shit." And I'm like, now I'm on the phone with like a shipping company trying to tack down my slippers like they're Jason fucking Bourne or something. Like, why are my slippers in an off-grid cabin in Vermont? Like, I'm not the CIA trying to kill off an asset with too much information. I'm a middle-aged man with cold tootsies. It's... there's a lot of opposition when you change like old movies with male leads and now they're putting female leads in there, like people lost their shit with the new 007, how it's a woman now, frankly, I'm excited to see someone get murdered by a vibrator. Like the new 00's weapon of choice now takes AA's. It's fun. They're doing the same thing with the Sleepy Hollow movie. Yeah, now there's a headless horsewoman. And as much as I love the original, they found the perfect actress to play the headless horsewoman. Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner. She's as fast as a horse. She's a woman, and she is now definitely headless. And that's all I could. That's all I could weasel up from opposition.
Were
I
they
like,
all for opposition?
What was that?
Were they all for opposition?
yeah.
Okay. No, okay. Yeah, they were good. That was a good set, man. Good job.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. I kind of like the Jason Bourne thing. Like, it's like I'm not Treadstone. Maybe some more like deep cut Jason Bourne references. I like that. I like the, Batman being like old, like some more old kind of references. I think you could go, even further with it, because that's hilarious.
I like the vibrator joke, the James Bond joke, and what was the joke with the tank joke? The one that made me groan.
Oh yeah.
No, the thing
Like
is, I
yin and tang.
yeah, I think you can still work that joke if if you find another tag and just lean in,
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
can just play it off like that, just by leaning in and just have another tag that's even more horrible, and just bathe in the groans, and people will start laughing just because you're in it, you know,
For
if you
sure.
just own it.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for the feedback, guys.
Yeah, I think that I like the Amazon story and I like the end. You just gotta guy who wants to warm his tootsies. Like I thought that was hilarious. I think just a couple more little beats in there in the Amazon story and you'd have like a pretty solid little bit.
Okay,
So
cool.
yeah. All right. Very good. Anything else? Any other response? All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and switch it up. Ambreesh?
All right, so we're doing our personal material then.
Yeah, yep.
All right.
We'll have you go first. So.
All right, this material I've been working for maybe 3-4 weeks now, and I'm just trying to make it work. I mean, I don't know about. I mean, you guys tell me if this is, if you can relate to this. Like, I'm not really good in social situations. Like, I have a hard time paying attention, and I don't really know what it's called. Like, you guys call it ADHD, autism. In India, they just call it being weird. And you know, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess I'm not really bad at communication all around. Like I remember back in India, I was 15, summertime. My girlfriend and I, we were in a park. We were making out. It was amazing. It was my first time making out, so I was just going crazy. People were looking at us weird, but I didn't care because I had a boner. I just wasn't thinking straight. Like, it had rained the day before, so there were mosquitoes around, and my girlfriend was worried about malaria. And I was like, don't worry, it only takes 2 weeks to recover. You know, I don't know. Now, while making out, my girlfriend, she pulled away and she told me she saw police officers. Now, it's not, okay. It's not really okay to make out in a park in India, and the police are really bad. So I tell her to, start walking the other way, and I start walking towards the police officers. Now I was worried, but I went ahead because I had learned a body trick on the internet. The trick was that you can disarm any situation by showing your palms to the person, and it always works. So I went to the officers with my palms out, and they slapped me. And I looked down and I thought, maybe I should try this without an erection, you know? Like I remember thinking, like, why isn't this working? And then I saw the erection, and I was like, makes sense, you know. Maybe I should try this without a rock hard cock. I don't know. Anyway, they slapped me 3 times, and I don't know why. Like I thought one time was enough, you know. Like I couldn't even feel the third one. Just seemed like a waste of their energy. Uh, but it was cold out. Maybe they were trying to warm their hands or something. I don't know. They were like friction, heat, E equals MC square. I don't know. Dumb cops. But I've been single since the pandemic started, and I've been using dating apps, but they haven't really been working for me. Like every relationship I've ever had started with me talking to a girl in person, and I think that way my personality shines. So I can make something happen. Like in person, I've got good game, but on apps, not really. And I think it's because I don't really have a good picture game on apps. Like I don't really have a lot of flashy pictures on my profile, but there's a good reason for that. Like I don't have a picture of me in my car because I don't have a car, and I don't know. I don't really get a lot of matches. Now don't worry, I'm not an incel. I'm not gonna kill everybody here. Uh, screaming, I don't get enough pussy. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, I guess I get my fair share, but sometimes it gets frustrating because there are so many beautiful girls on the app. I'm like a kid in a candy store, but without any change. You know, I don't know. I actually did get a match recently on Hinge, and we were having a good conversation, but it wasn't going to work out because there was an issue. Now the issue wasn't her looks or her personality, but something deeper. The issue was geometry, the science of shapes. She was fat, a humongous bitch. No? Okay. I don't know. She was just, she was just taller than me, and I don't really know why she was talking to me. Now, I didn't mind talking to her because, I think vaginas are cool, and no, no. Actually, I actually ghosted her, and we stopped ghosted her. But then I went back because I felt bad because she was genuinely into me. So I tried acting like a dick, so she would cut contact from her side. But we talked for a while, but then we stopped because she blocked me, and I don't know. I guess it's just it's maybe I'm just too picky, or it's really hard for me to connect with people these days, because people are into so many different things. Like recently I was talking to a girl in a park, and I asked her, like, what do you like to do for fun? And she very casually goes, Molly. Now I was expecting an answer like, I like Netflix, or I like to read books. I didn't expect her saying fucking ecstasy, I don't know. Well, I have a bunch of more material, but it seems like you guys have lost me, so I'll just end it there.
All right.
So where
So
did you guys lose me in that?
Oh, I didn't lose you. I was writing down some notes. I thought there was some really good stuff there. Like the last joke, you were like, "Oh, I met a girl and she told me that she liked to do for fun was Molly."
Yeah.
And that was unexpected. It's almost like she said she likes to, cut herself, or you could do like two more like unexpected things that she would want to do that would be like shocking or weird. She's
I mean, yeah, I mean that's I understand what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's what basically the story is, because I was talking to a girl actually in a park. I was hitting on her, and
Mhm.
she was like, I like Molly, and I'm like, okay. you know. And I'm not really a big drug guy, so I was, just wasn't into it anymore. I don't think people should do drugs, simple as that. But I was curious, so I started asking her, like, what's Molly about? And she was like, it makes you tranquil, it makes you calm, and it gives you an orgasm. And as I was trying to figure out, or just understand what she was saying, I was like, okay, so it gives you an orgasm, it makes you calm. How do I get it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I had some notes on
Well,
that first one when you introed with the when you have a boner in the park. You could, there's something I thought that was you could do something where there's a kid playing in the park, by themselves or something like that, and they get into trouble, and she's like, "Oh my God, look at that! You need to go help him." And then you'd be like, "I can't help him," and then she's like, "Why?" It's like it's pretty frowned upon to go help a stranger, strange
with
child
a
with a
with a
full,
boner, yeah.
full radiant heart on. And then you could say, in that moment, I looked to my left and there was a cop there. And then you can go into the cop stuff. But I think doing like a kid in trouble is just adds to like the moral dilemma.
Yeah.
Mhm. I like the mosquito stuff where, you're like, oh, it doesn't matter if you get stung by a mosquito.
Because yeah.
It'll only take 2 weeks to recover. I mean, there's more things where you can like you're convincing someone to like have sex with you, like in comparison to like a mosquito biting you, it's just the tip, won't be a
Yeah.
big deal, it'll pull out, you won't get pregnant, things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I think that would add to it. So,
And I had one other tag for when you were talking about how you can't afford women or something, and it's like going into a candy shop, but you don't have any money, and then you could say, "So I do what I do when I don't have money and get candy. I just steal the candy, and that's why I signed up for Uber." 0 stars, but it's something, right?
But how would that work?
You're
How does
stealing
that make
women,
sense
just
though?
like get in the Uber and then you steal them. You're
Oh,
abducting them.
you mean
That's why you have 0
kidnapping?
stars.
You mean kidnapping?
Exactly.
mhm.
I
You
don't know
can't
if
buy
that will
them. You got
work.
to steal candy. That's how
That's a good tag, but I don't know if that will work with me with this face. Maybe I need to grow a bigger beard, then people will believe me. I don't know.
That's your joke right there. That's it.
No, I don't want to do that. That's easy. Oh, I'm a terrorist.
funny.
I'm brown. I'm brown. I'm a terrorist. Oh, I drive an
I
Uber. Ha
didn't
ha
mean
ha.
any
Fuck
offense. We were
that.
talking about kidnappers.
You got to go with the
No, but
audience mind that has just easy premises in there. Most
Mhm.
audience members, just easy stuff that you know.
Yep. So I didn't mean any offense.
oh
I
no
was
no no
thinking
no
the
no no.
kidnapper angle.
Oh, don't worry. No, this is good feedback. That's good. It's good. We are having a conversation. I like this.
So the ADHD, autistic stuff, like where you're from, they just call it being weird.
Yeah.
There's some other tags you could do, like where I'm from, or when they 10 years ago they used to call it being an artist, or being eccentric, or just other like more general terms for somebody who's like doing their own thing, so
Yeah, I
I
could
think
call
there's
them artists, and then for the punchline, I could just go, now they're mentally handicapped or something. I don't know. No, that wouldn't work. No, no, that would be horrible. No, that would be horrible. No, I don't know. But yeah, that's a good idea. I could try and work it. Maybe try to add a tag. But I don't know. I don't really, when I write one joke, I don't really like to push it unless, the tags and jokes came right when I was writing it. I don't like to push it because if I push it, I think it's just, you try to write. If you force yourself to write, you start writing hack things. I feel like, you know.
Try this. This is what I try a lot. I write, and then I'll just I'll read it, and then I'll like just say it, like in the mirror and see how it like does it sound like I'm talking or does it sound like I'm reading a joke? And then that way you'll actually kind of be able to just change how the joke is, but you'll probably be able to get the same type of stuff in there. You know what I mean? Like the same content, but you'll say it more naturally if you kind of just try but the right first, so you get like you get your structure down, and then you get the more natural flow, just kind of how you actually, spit it out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just trying to figure out my attitude performing, Like I'm just trying to figure out.
See what works.
Sorry?
Yeah, I said just try different things and see what works. That's all I suggest.
Yeah, I mean, and doing it over and over and over again, like it sounds like kind of monotonous, but that's actually like when you find your most natural voice is when you don't have to think about the material at all. It's just you talking. So instead of you trying to like remember the joke while you're on stage, you're just, being you.
I don't know. It's a bit weird for me because sometimes I have my voice on point, and sometimes I lose it for maybe a month or so. Like my attitude, not my voice, but my attitude. Being myself on stage. Sometimes I lose it for a month, and then it comes back, and it stays for 6 months or 8 months. But maybe it's me just finding out how to make it stick, I guess. But yeah, I guess I don't know. Don't you sometimes feel like when you write a joke, it's just hack? Because I throw a lot of things.
A lot of those ones, like that Tang joke, even. I'm like, that's a dad joke central, but you can work it into like a story and then just kind of like you even said, funny tag and just lead into it. You can make it work with other things.
Well, and sometimes even though you're like, oh, that's a hack premise, like try it in front of an audience. Sometimes you'll surprise yourself at like some of the stuff that does work. Even if you're not laughing out loud, some other people might be like, that's hilarious. So
very true. Very true.
Well, yeah.
Relatable will make you more relatable to relatable topics, relate to everyone. That's that's why you kind of start your joke at a very like broad level, and then you kind of refine it into like a very specific kind of what you're getting at. You kind of funnel everybody's like minds almost kind of like a trance,
Yeah. I really liked the warm their hands phrase when the cop was slapping you and maybe they just want to warm their hands. I thought that was great. I liked your picture game where they're like, well, I don't have a picture with a car because I don't have a car.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm really worried about the joke where the candy kid in a candy store but without any money. I've been trying to make it funny by changing my voice when I say money or change, but it just hasn't been working to a big level where I want it. What do you guys think about that joke?
He gave you one tag, but you're looking for a different direction. So like, I'm a kid in a candy store, but I don't like to steal, like something like that. Or I'm a kid in a candy store and,
Yeah, try to find a parallel with, kid in a candy store trying to steal or with no money or bag somebody or something like that, maybe. You can go.
I mean, yeah, that's a good tag, but it would change the whole point of the joke because the joke is that there are so many beautiful girls on the app. I'm like a kid in a candy store, but without any money. Like, I have, so much good things to look at, but I can't get them because I don't have whatever they want. Maybe I need to fix the premise. Maybe that's not getting clear.
Or maybe you want something. Yeah, maybe you have something else to, lure them in or something.
Or maybe,
not like lure, but
Yeah. Or maybe
Ruined it.
there's I'm like a kid in a candy store, except the candy doesn't want me. It's kind of weird. So
Yeah, and I just want diabetes. Come on.
yeah. I think and this might sound like hack or whatever, but like you said your picture game on the website, isn't working, and then my description says this, so something that's even, kind of a turn off too, but you think sounds cool. So, that could add to your joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought of
I
one
had.
tag on that the officer warming their hands, and then something about like on your Yuletide log. Are you familiar with that term, Ambridge? Yuletide log, like fire log. I don't know. It might work. Yeah, it might work here and not there. I wasn't sure if the reference was universal enough.
And the line where I say, like where I do it in the premise, like where I talk, my girlfriend and I, we were in a park, we were making out, it was amazing. And then the second joke is, then the jokes, two jokes come where I was talking about people looking at us, but I didn't care because I had a boner. That's another premise was a mosquito joke. But do you think I could cut out the line where I, maybe make it shorter, where I say, we were in a park, we were making out, it was amazing, you know? Like, do you think that's fat? Should I cut it out or no?
Just the intro, like the kind of setup.
Yeah, like when I was like talking about, like, I remember back in India, I was 15, summertime. My girlfriend and I, we were in a park, we were making out, it was amazing. It was my first time making out, so we were just going crazy. People were looking at us weird, but I didn't care because I had a boner,
Well,
and then the joke for the mosquito comes. So, do you think I could shorten that premise maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, I try to get into two lines, but try to get the details still enough details to make it personal. But I think you can probably shorten that up.
Yeah, it was summer. I was 15. It was in public. Just keep it short, but keep the sing song, like, that's good.
Sorry, what?
Keep the kind of cadence that you're doing. It's good. It kind of sets the tone.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Summertime, my girlfriend and I were in a park, just like that. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
Yeah, summertime. I was 15. It was my first time, and then yeah. So just a couple lines.
Yeah, even if you went like 1, 2, and then the third one's the big catch, or the funny twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the boner is the third one.
Am,
It's just like.
am I taking too much of your guys' time, or could I ask a few more? Try have discussed a few more things, or do you think that would be too much because we're putting too much time on just on my set?
How about we do just like 2 more minutes? How
All
does
right.
that sound? 2 more minutes,
All
and
right.
then we'll move on.
I'll take any stage time I can get.
Okay.
What do you find? Okay, and the Molly joke. The
Mhm.
Molly joke. Do you think I could structurally make it better in the structure?
I think it sounds pretty good. I know you didn't, like like I did Molly and then I did this. I think, can you repeat it?
Oh yeah, the joke was like I was recently talking to this girl in a park, and I asked her like, what do you like to do for fun? And she very casually goes, Molly. Now I was expecting an answer like, I like Netflix or I like to read books, but she was like, I like getting fucked up, very casually. Like I
Yeah.
like to be out of my fucking mind. Now I'm not a drug guy. I'm strict about I'm strictly think people shouldn't do them. Frankly, I don't even want to talk about I didn't even want to talk to her anymore. But I was curious, so I asked her like why she was doing it. I asked her like what's it like to be on Molly, and she tells me it makes you feel tranquil. It gives you an orgasm for 6 hours. Now I hate drugs, and as I try to understand it, I repeat what she said to her. Repeat what she said to her. Just to try to understand it. I said, okay, so you're telling me that it gives you an orgasm and it makes you feel calm. How do I get it? You know, I'm trying to work. No? Okay, maybe you've already heard it. That's why it didn't work.
The shorter the better.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of feeling in there where you're like, I don't like drugs, and that all that stuff can, that's not, it starts to get you going on a journey in the joke, and we want to get to the punchline, so like, she told me, that she liked to do Molly, and I like to do Molly too, and Regina, and that's like you could go take it in that direction.
Regina? What's Regina?
A girl's name.
I like to do Molly, Regina, Sarah, Jessica.
Yeah.
I like to. Oh, okay. I like to. Like literally. Okay.
But she was talking about drugs. And then she was like, oh, it does all these things. And I was, I don't like it, but I was intrigued. Where can I get some? So.
I mean, yeah, that's basically what the joke where I'm going for, like I try to set it up as I'm not a drug guy, I don't really care about drugs. And then she tells me it gives you an orgasm. And I'm like, where do I get it? That's what I'm going for. But maybe I put too much fat in the premise.
Yeah, and in that opening line where you do the power of threes there, you do, I was thinking, she wanted to do something, I forget what the first one was, like Netflix, and then something else normal, and then the third one was like get fucked up out of her mind. Like, I think that one, you can change it to something with way more imagery, like something way like, because just getting fucked up, it doesn't bring anything funny to mind other than somebody fucked up on drugs. But we can do something like really colorful with that third example. That's some way of getting fucked up. Like, I don't know, like I turned into a carpet and started petting my side. I don't know, something weird that's really off that, draws the mind to something unique, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I understand your point. Last night when I was writing it, I couldn't figure it out. I was Googling online, like, slang for getting fucked up or high on drugs, but nothing was coming. I tried Urban Dictionary, but, couldn't find anything. So I settled on getting fucked up. But I'm not really a drug guy, so,
All right. Well, I mean, it sounds like we gave you a lot of stuff to work with. So,
I mean, it was a good discussion. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So we'll go ahead and move on. Mark, is it okay if you go next?
Sure thing. Sounds good.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll go ahead and switch this out here. All right. So Mark, you're doing your own material. We'd love to hear it.
Okay. There's just a couple newer ones I've been working on. I thought funny premises. So I actually I tried beekeeping one time on a lark. I'll be honest, it was a pretty dumb lark. In fact, it was the dumbest lark. Like, it was so dumb. That's the first time I've ever used the word lark. Like, I don't even know what it means, to be honest. But it turns out bee suits are not 100% protective, And I'm like, really? What the fuck? Like, it's 2020 and things still get through these things? Like we made suits to survive space. Like, we can't figure out how to block like a little buzz shank. What the fuck? Like, how about this? Just make the suit thicker than the bee stinger, They're not that big. That's probably why all the bees are dying out, right? The beekeepers keep getting stung. Obviously that's not true in any way, shape, or form. But again, it's another thought I had on a lark. So, speaking of which, bees. Anyway, I was walking the other day, because I'm exhilarating. I'm like the son of the Dosecki's guy who wants to be nothing like his dad. And there was a bee actually walking beside me. Like, not like flying, but he was like walking on the sidewalk next to me, just like strutting his stuff like some boss ass bee, and I did that thing you do when you like see a cute dog like eating with his paws. I was like, oh my God, the bee thinks he's people. Oh my God. And then he shanked another bee with a melting icicle. And I'm like, oh, he's exactly like people, because what's more human than killing bees with a melting glacier, right? The other day, I actually saw a guy eating an ice cream cone in the rain. Yeah, it was very depressing, like no umbrella. He wasn't under anything. Like the ice cream cone just like melted like before he could take a lick. And he looked so sad, but like then he drank the remaining melted ice cream out of the cone like it was high tea. Like he even did like the finger tilt thing, like spot of diabetes, anyone? Like then the craziest thing I've ever seen happen, right? He crushes the cone with his bare hand and he smashes it on the ground and yells out, "Burn in hell 2020." I was like, holy shit, that sounded personal, like I don't think it was the ice cream cone's fault type of thing, Like, I feel like the ice cream cone was a little embarrassed, It's like, come on, man, you could have bought an umbrella or at least you could have got me chocolate dip, Yeah. So in other news, my wife, she wanted to start an OnlyFans page, but I'm like, nobody's gonna pay to watch you clean. I know. It's 2020, right? In fact, I'm the actual clean freak in our relationship. I see a mess that I have to have it clean. Like that's why I only masturbate with condoms. Hey, they make a great dust pad. But it's like all fun and games until like the first time like your wife finds the scrap of a condom wrapper and knows it wasn't used on her. That you Scooby-Doo's it all the way back to the garbage can to find your water balloon full of Gatorade Frost. Oh yeah, then it turns into an aggressive OJ defense. It's like, baby, I would never like wear a condom. But hey, if the love glove don't fit, you must acquit, right? Don't worry though. I like to please my wife. I do. And I think I do a pretty good job. Not trying to brag at all. But the other day she's like, where did you learn to use your fingers like that? And I was like, you can thank Pringles, just this is how I get the barbecue out of here. Yeah, what else could I tell you? My wife, she loves escape rooms, but I'm too cheap to take her out. So I just take her to open houses and tell the realtor I'm super interested. Yeah. Oh, I love the place, man. Did I mention that recent inheritance I got? Like, they won't let you leave, okay? Oh, yeah, it's crazy, man. You're like, does this come with a basement? Does it lock? Honey, it's starting. And she likes horror movies and TV shows. Horrors, she's a big fan. And she made me watch this one terrifying one with her the other day. Is The Bachelorette. That's the one. I gotta say, there's nothing more terrifying than watching 30 handsome, successful dudes compete for the love of one red flag. Crazy. I'd rather go bungee jumping into a volcano for fuck's sakes. And this recent Bachelorette, she kicked a guy off because he went on the show and he was texting a girl before he got on the show. And she's like, "You're supposed to be here for me." And she kicked him off even though she's dating 30 men. There's a good comparison there, but I haven't thought of it yet. But then my wife, she'll do this thing when we're watching The Bachelor where she's like, she turns into a critique or, like a love expert, she'll go like, "I love him and I love her. I just don't love them together." That'd be like me watching like that WWE wrestling, like I love him and I love her, but I just don't think they should be tag team partners. Their dynamics way off, their finishing moves are too contrasting, and it just seems so fake. What else can I say? Oh no, that was it.
Yeah, that was good, man. That was good. How long have you been working on that one?
What do I have? These ones are all pretty fresh.
Right, right.
Kind
Yeah,
of
just
tag them
like
up.
me. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I kind of like write things just down in my phone, and then I'll kind of sift back and just pull out the ones that I kind of think sound funnier, and then I'll just jot them down, try them here, and just punch them up before.
Yeah, the same here, bro.
Yeah, and some of
I
them like are different jokes, but like kind of about the two B ones I kind of thought of separately, and then just these two go together because they're fucking
yeah,
B.
yeah, I know. I know. Anyway,
The like the bee outfit being like so thin or whatever. I thought you could do a comparison to a condom. Like it could be like it was like as thin as that condom that I left in my wallet, like from high school or whatever. Something like that.
I really liked the red flag joke, but for the tag, I was thinking maybe instead of a volcano, you could try off thinking of another tag that is more emotionally uh engaging for the audience, you know, like something the whole audience would hate, like getting fucked in the ass or something. I don't know. That's
Hanging
not a
out.
great example. That's not a great example, but something something
Something
people would not really like. I
yeah.
think
I'd
you
rather
know.
hang out with my mother-in-law.
Yeah, yeah,
You
that
can't.
works.
Yeah.
And what was the escape room joke that you did?
Sorry, what was that?
Escape room joke that you were talking about, that you are too cheap, that
Oh
you
yeah.
to take
So
your wife out for so you take her to an open listing house. What was the joke again? Sorry.
yeah, I take her to an open, like an open house, and then I just tell like the realtor I'm super interested, because
Uh-huh.
they're usually working on commission and they want to sell the house, and then
Yeah.
they won't let you leave. They're like, oh, check this out, this out, this out. So I kind of played on it, like kind of the realtor turns it into an escape room, but I'm
Oh,
also cheap and
that that's a good premise. That's a good premise, man. That'll be a funny joke. I
yeah.
just think it needs to be a bit rewritten, in my opinion. I could be wrong. What the fuck do I know? But it's a good joke. It's going to be a good joke.
No, fair enough. That one's pretty fresh too. I just thought the idea was good. So now that, sounds like the
Yeah.
idea is there, just a matter of getting the structure right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
you
mean
just
the clues could be like the keys to the front door, or like in the kitchen drawer or something, or there's like some construction, or they're still painting, and that's one of the clues, or
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah. Do the whole deal, do the whole escape room.
Yeah. I thought the Pringles one was hilarious. I think you could do other chip jokes that are, similar. I don't have examples.
what
Something
what
about
was the chip?
Days after death.
something about like the bugles, like you stick them on the ends of your hands or on your fingers, or or like I don't know, something else.
Here comes Freddy.
Yeah.
What was the chip joke again? Sorry, the Pringles joke.
Yeah, my wife said she said, how'd you get so good with your fingers? And then I said, you can thank Pringles.
Oh, because you were trying to get your hand into it. Okay.
Yeah, because my whole childhood just trying to get those Pringles out of the box. I think that one, the act out will work good there too.
It makes it, yeah.
Okay.
And then going back to like the fans only page, I feel like that's could be also the Bachelorette, like she did in, and that's only on her fans only page, or do the fans only for the Bachelorette or whatever.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks for the feedback, guys.
All right. Ambrish, are you frozen?
Just one moment. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just one moment. Someone's texting me. I just want to let them know I'll be there in 10 minutes. But I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay. All right. Well, we got some good feedback for Mark. I just have a couple of things. I'm just going to go ahead. Yeah, so I grew up in a small town and I was always a bit of a wild child. And I was just one of those people who like to live on the edge of my bank account. I was always the type of person who never had insurance, let alone an insurance agent. I did, however, have a collection agent. His name's Dave, and he sends me a Christmas card every year when he can find me. And that's when I know it's time to move again. So when everybody on December 31st is singing Old Lang Syne, I am singing Old Lang. Hey, is my U-Haul gonna get here soon? Yeah, because I need to be out of there by 6. Yeah, guys. I recently, actually, it's been a year since I quit smoking, and I'm very excited about it because I smoked for a very long time. My cigarette smoking habit is actually old enough to drink and drive. So, yeah, the thing I don't miss about smoking was the warning label. Like, I always thought it was a little redundant, like I'm blowing smoke out of my body. Like, of course it's bad for me. Like, the warning label is kind of like a bad boyfriend who's like, I'm no good for you, baby. And I know, like, I see that from across the room. You have 8 credit cards and no job. We get it. You're close personal friends with all the members of Nickelback. Like, there's a stop sign right there. I mean, how we met is you tried to sell me a reasonably priced cell phone plan on the street. And I thought to myself, it is my lucky day. And weirdly enough, that was also his name. So I feel like I'm a little colorblind to red flags. Yeah, I grew up kind of religious, like, to the point where people were like, don't take the Lord's name in vain. They would avoid saying God. They would replace it with like gall, instead of Jesus rice, or Jesus Christ, it was, cheese and rice. And, I, don't care about that, but I will say it every once in a while. Like, usually it's when there's too many Christian radio stations, like right in a row, so you have Jesus is love. Shh. Love is Jesus. Shh. Heaven is Jesus Christ. Man, just trying to get to a classic rock station. But yeah, I'm not that religious, but I would say if I had to put my religious status on Facebook, it would say it's complicated. But I do worship one God, and that's the porcelain God. Yep. And it's usually on a Sunday, right around 3 a.m., after a very long night of sinning. I'll just get down on my knees and purge all of my sins to the porcelain God. And he just flushes them away. All right, guys. That's kind of what I got. I completely forgot about the comments.
And how long have you been working on that?
They were all kind of like the reason why I'm doing this stuff is because there's little additions to older jokes.
Right.
So the jokes are older, but then there's some tags that are new.
Yeah,
I think that's all.
Sorry,
I
you can
think
go,
it's.
Ember. You go.
I think. I think it's the first of all I think it's always good to ask someone how long they've been working on a joke, so you know how refined they are in what the joke they want what they want the joke to be, so that's what I feel. But I really like the when he can find me joke, where the guy is trying to get you, and trying to pay you. And what was the joke again? But that was a good joke. And move with more timing. And for the pictures of what's the cigarettes, I mean, there's pretty bad Photoshop on it. So maybe you could say, maybe work something out like, you know, it's hard to be scared of a picture that is totally fake. I know that's not funny, but that's a premise, and I'm gonna say it anyway. So fuck you,
It's hard to be afraid of a cartoon camel.
I guess.
Something like that.
Yeah, I
I
like
don't know.
the beginning there where you had like live on the edge of your bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the no insurance. So I thought all that, the beginning kind of portion where you talked about all that, that was all, really, really solid stuff. The end there, that was where you kind of compared the old Lang Syne to, and then the U-Haul. It kind of seemed like you could like find a better, something a little more clever than to just kind of like brute force the comparison to old Lang Syne. Like maybe you could find like a different Christmas song that relates
Okay.
more to like a moving company or U-Haul or something, just to make the comparison. A little like just so there's some connection.
Right. Yeah, that's the new stuff. So
yeah, and then I thought of a good tag on the one where you were talking about smoking and drinking and driving.
Yeah.
And maybe you said this in a different way or something, but I thought you could say like, I only smoke when I drink and drive. Just kind of say it like that, like
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the only thing that came to mind when you mentioned that guy selling you stuff on the sidewalk, then you could have said something like about him. He just like pulled them out in his trench coat, even so it was even creepier. Like kind of like those watch salesmen.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
good.
and then you said something about I'm colorblind, and then you said red flag, but you could say like I'm colorblind, and every time I look in the mirror, I see a gray flag, or or if you see there's the people you date are gray flags.
Mm-hmm.
That would make sense more with the colorblindness.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the religious, it's complicated. That was a nice line too. Yeah, porcelain god, that was good too. I was first, I got it, but I bet some people would be confused, like what's she talking about? Because it's not super clear. But you keep mentioning the porcelain god, and then it slowly, like exactly what you're talking about, like at the second and the third. So I think it was, well done, because people will be questioning, is that what she's talking about? And then you kind of make it more clear every line you go. So I thought that was good and well structured.
Yeah, I agree with him. I had some confusion about the porcelain joke.
So like like as a saying, right? So like the porcelain god is like what we call the toilet, right?
Okay.
Okay.
I've never
Yeah.
heard of that cliche, so I don't know. That's why I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
it was
and
a little vague
even
to me too. Like I knew what you're talking about, I think, but I think you might get half the room kind of know what you're talking about, half the room might have no idea. So maybe
Yeah.
it's clear, or maybe the rest. Yeah, maybe it can be clear. Just trying to take two different opinions here, because he didn't understand what you're talking about right away. I kind of did. So if you kind of know what that first thing you say, it worked really well, I thought. But
right.
doesn't know what that first thing is, maybe it's still kind of confusing. So maybe try to make it a little more clear and try it out. I don't know. That's just try to
Make
go
it clear.
coin here.
And if you actually get exactly half the room, that half the room gets it and the other half doesn't, you could just go against the room that doesn't. You could just call them stupid and lean on that, and get the bigger half going. And especially if it's just one guy who didn't get it, and just a small portion, you could just totally go on them, because the bigger group will laugh at the smaller group. You know, that's how we humans work. So
Pit them against each other.
I mean, if the bigger group is right and the smaller group doesn't get the joke, so you can just take the bigger group and laugh at the smaller guy, and they'll all be fine. Just don't go too hard.
Yeah,
Don't go.
maybe just like,
We should
if you didn't get that joke, you
we
must
should
not
cut your
know how to
balls off.
argue.
Don't talk about cutting their balls off or something. You shouldn't have kids or
I
something.
would hope not. That's aggressive.
Don't go that far. Just keep it light. Otherwise, they will be silent. Trust me, I've done it.
All right. Well, yeah. Is there any other feedback? Anything else we want to talk about?
That's pretty much all I had on my notes. Good overall set there. Good job.
Can we
All
try
right.
other new jokes or?
You can, but I gotta go. So
Yep, we're all.
Boo! Boo!
Well, yep. So in the chat, if everybody wants to just put down like their Instagram and where we can follow you guys, he's gonna like repost it in the Facebook page, so then people will be able to see all your information. So definitely post that in the chat. And everybody, glad you had a great night. I think we had some really productive conversations and shared some great jokes. So I think I had a good time. I hope you guys did too.
Can I do a shout out?
Do a shout out.
I have a YouTube channel, and I've started doing sketches on there. I've already got one. Just write my name on YouTube. Look for a picture of a brown guy with black hair, really good looking. And you'll find me, and check out my channel.
All right. And Breesh, check him out. Look for him.
Cool,
right? All right. Thanks,
Try to say my last name. Try to say my last name.
Okay. One more time. What is it?
Try to say my last name.
Ambrish Singh.
Ah, you got it. Fuck you. You got it. I was trying to. Oh my damn it.
All right. Bye, internet world.
Bye bye.